Hello and welcome. This is Lorelia Brown Phillips, and welcome to this summer series, Capitalize on What You Know. So, I am going to be doing a summer series. Basically, this summer series is going to be for business owners, solo or solopreneurs. And when I say solopreneurs, that can be anyone who provides a service to a customer or client base. You may be a coach, a consultant, you may be in the service based area, an accountant, an attorney. So, like I said, this summer series is to basically share with you your untapped potential. And when I say your untapped potential, I mean many business owners are not capitalizing on what it is they know. As business owners, we have been conditioned to capitalize on what it is that we do. And so, my goal with you during this summertime is to share with you how you can capitalize on what it is you know to produce another stream of income for your business. So, let me get started with the screen share. So, as I said, this webinar is Capitalize on What You Know. And I've already gave you an introduction, but to just give you an idea, it's also how to increase your business revenue and attract more clients with info products. Like I just shared with you a few minutes ago, many business owners have been conditioned to capitalize on what it is they do, but they always leave out what it is that they know. And that's why I began this webinar with saying that you are not tapping in, or should I say, you are not tapping into your full potential. And what I mean about that, before I go into that, I want to share a little background on myself, who I am, and why I decided to do this webinar series. So my name is Lorelia Brown Phillips, as you see right there on the screen, and I'm also the consultant and owner of Leverage Results. But prior to me focusing on this area of my business, I was a former accountant. I had a tax practice for many years. And for many years, I was in denial. I had a struggling business. And the reason why I had a struggling business is because I was not tapping into my full potential. And what I find is that many business owners are the same way. Yes, the reason why a business may be failing or is struggling, of course, is due to lack of revenue or due to lack of customers or clients going through the front door, but also not really understanding how a business should really be ran. And when I say a business should be ran, I truly believe that a business should have several legs in order for them to for it to sustain growth. And what I find is that many business owners only use one leg of business to bring in revenue into the business. And what happens is that when you begin to rely heavily on that one stream of income to bring you a business, or bring income into your business, you may face any sudden calamity that may come your way. And so, going back to, like I said, what I did, I was an accountant. I had a struggling business. Around 2010, I threw the towel, and I said, you know what, I have to close shop. So during that time, I knew that what I knew, there was a way for me to capitalize on it and generate an income with it, but I just didn't know how. I knew that it existed. I knew that intellectual capital is a the new way of how businesses will truly be able to sustain themselves in the coming years, in the coming century. But I just didn't know how to do that. And so what happens is that um, I tried to do it my way in terms of trying to figure it out myself, and I eventually got help. But when I got help, I found out that there was one thing to get me started. And like I said, and I'm going to go into all the different ways that you can get started doing this series. But the one thing that I found that has helped my business and helped me to rebuild a whole new business and be able to really transform what it is that I do and how I can provide value to the marketplace, and that is creating a book. And so if you are a business owner and you do not have some type of info product, and an info product is basically in the simplest form, is some type of product, a book, an ebook, music, a tutorial, anything that can help a group of people. And that's why I said it's an untapped potential for many business owners, because as business owners, we have been conditioned and we have been told to only focus on what it is, what we do. And what I found is that what is more valuable is what it is that you know. People are more willing to pay for what it is that you know than what it is that you do. And the good thing about being able to capitalize on what it is that you know is that it helps you to separate yourself from the marketplace. Because once again, we have been conditioned to be commodities. And when I say commodity being that you're the same as everyone else. So if I'm an accountant and I'm charging, just throwing numbers out there, $200 for preparation of a tax return, and somebody else comes along and say, you know what, I'm going to charge less than that, $75. The person who is deciding who they're going to do business with is based on what? If they're going to base it on, oh, well, it's because you're an accountant, then that doesn't, that does not suffice or really gives the person any value that they should spend $200 with you, as opposed to spending $75 with the other person. So during these coming weeks, I'm going to share with you, I'm going to go through all types of ways that you can capitalize with what it is you know. You no longer have to deal with the geographic boundaries of where you are currently located with your business. You can now expand your business to a larger place online and becoming a global business. And also, you will begin to attract customers and clients. And if you notice, I said the word attract, not chase, not not lower your price. You will begin to attract. So let's get started. Knowledge is the new currency for your business. And like I said, it is more valuable with what it is you know instead of what it is that you do. Because when you tell people what it is that you do, automatically people already begin to, as I said earlier, they begin to commoditize you. They're already trying to figure out, okay, in its simplest form, how can I place you amongst everybody else? And that is why your knowledge and expertise is valuable. Many business owners do not realize that their knowledge and expertise is valuable. And that is why they have not really tapped into the info products arena. I find it I'm actually surprised with coaches, consultants, service-based professionals who have not created some type of book or product that can help their current client base or their new client base on how they can help them. I believe that your expertise can clearly be exponentially grown at a higher scale if you have some type of info product. An info product also allows you to have a scalable business. And what I say is about a scalable business, and I'm going to go more into that later, but you're no longer chasing customers or clients. That is so important because I think as business owners, we kind of assume that we're supposed to take anything and everything that comes our way, and we don't realize that the good thing about having the info product is that if you have a current rate that you bill yourself out at, or you say the value of your services are, and an individual cannot afford that, then an info product is a good way for them to get an introduction of what it is that you do. The great thing about info products is that your business is recession proof. And the reason why your business is recession proof is because since we live in the information age, I didn't make this up. This is where we're at. Everyone and anyone on the internet is looking for something. If you go right on to Google right now, you put in anything, how to play a piano, how to make cupcakes, how to fix a computer. There is tons of information out there teaching people different things. So why not you? I think the other side of why not you is that so many business owners feel like if I create an info product for this amount, but I know my services and working with me is this amount, then an individual will not decide to do business with me because they would rather go with the info product. And that is the worst place that you as a business owner want to be at, in a place of scarcity. What I found is that a person who has spent money with you one time will have no problem with spending money with you the next time over and over and over, as long as you provide value. As long as at the end of the day, what it is that you are providing them in your business, they're getting a solution with it. Of course, you're going to have the low-hanging fruit. And if you notice what I said, you're going to have the low-hanging fruit of potential customers and clients, or even current customers and clients, who will never be satisfied with anything that you do. And at the end of the day, they are the low-hanging fruit. And that is what's so great about the information age, is because I know that there is tons of people, billions of people on this earth, not in this country, not in the state, but on this earth, who are looking for what it is that I have. So let me go to the next slide. I kind of already went over this. How does the internet work for your business? And like I said, there is no geographical boundaries. If you are currently located in California, there is no limit to someone who is in New Jersey doing business with you. Gone are the days where people feel like, okay, well, I have to meet you in person. Let me share with you this. I value my time. I don't know about you business owners, but I value my time. I am not going to just sit with a business owner, sit with a potential customer and client to decide if it's a good fit for either one of us. I am not. And the reason why is because, one, I don't live in a place of scarcity. I do not believe that there is only one way for me to do business. Now, yes, give or take, there are some people who like the feely and touchy and they want to be in front of you. And I have no problem with that. But there is a value of my time to be able to have that access. And you should feel the same way about your business. And that is the great way about info products. That same person who will say to you, well, I have to see what it is, I got to see how, what it is, how is it to work with you? What is it like? I got to sample it out. An info product is the best way. Currently, right now in my business, there are several ways for people to get a taste of what it is, what I'm like. I have created audio and teleseminars where you hear me talk. This webinar right here is an idea of what it is, of what I sound like, what I'm like. I also do videos just in case you want to see what I look like and what my facial expressions are. At the end of the day, there are no excuses. And that's why I said this is what the internet can do for your business. Because customers and clients, they're always online. People are always online looking for you. And the great thing about the internet is that once you began to engage with potential or current customers and clients who really value what it is that you do because you provide results to them, you can pretty much write your own paycheck. And the way that you write your own paycheck is because you are providing value to them. And that is what is so great about an info product. Because if you currently know your customers or know your potential customers and know what it is they're looking for and know what it is they're having a problem with, how easy would it be for you to put a book together or a course together and provide it to them and have them to pay you for it? Instead of you running your business in scarcity, having to take anyone and everyone just to make ends meet. Let me share a story with you. I currently have a book that still sells now. I do not do any financial coaching. I do not do personal financial coaching with customers or clients. In the past, I did do personal financial coaching, but now I really don't. I really do more business consulting, business coaching, and there may be a financial literacy portion of it. That is what I currently do now. But in terms of just doing financial literacy, I do not do it now. But I still get paid for my knowledge and expertise. And the way that it's done is in the form of a book. Because I have content that is still up to date. It still relates to the subject matter in hand, which is dealing with personal credit. I still speak at seminars. I still get paid to speak at seminars. I still get paid for my knowledge base. So this is a business that is still running. And I am not doing personal one-on-one coaching. This is an example of how the internet will work for you. Bigger than that, my book is on Amazon. In the month of May, I had numerous Amazon deposits that was made to my account. So this is just to give you an idea on what it is, or should I say, how the internet can help your business. Because remember I said in the beginning, the different legs Your business should just not have one leg, and that one leg is I meet with a customer and I do this work. There should be several legs working for your business. Now, this is where we go more into the information product area, because I always ask business owners, and every one of them seem to always get this wrong. And I always ask them, what are your intangible assets? And many of them will go into the accounting definition of what intangible assets are, which would be copyrights, trademarks, royalties, and goodwill. But I'm talking about something that is intangible, that because all intangible. I am saying that, but I'm asking you about your least performing. And your least performing intangible asset is your intellectual capital. And that goes into what I said earlier, is what it is what you know. Your intellectual capital, whatever it is you do in business, you help people write business plans, or you help retail customers systemize their business better. You help barbershop owners and beauty salon owners on how to add products into your, whatever it may be. That intellectual capital will be monetized. But this is the flip side of it. A lot of times we take for granted what it is that we know. Because since we live in an information age, many people feel like, well, that information is on the internet. Or better yet, I found the information out on the internet. Or I went to the library and read that book. But let me share something with you. Your most valuable commodity, personal commodity, is your time. Goes back to what I said with, you having to meet with every customer and client who potentially or who currently wants to work with you. I don't know about you, but my time is valuable. If I spend time to invest in a course, whether it's with money or whether it's with time, at the end of the day, I made the investment. The person who wants to know what it is that I know, they've spent no time. They want to be able to get direct access to my smarts. And that's what it all boils down to. You are putting a price on your smarts. What is your smarts worth? Many people don't think their smarts are worth anything. They'll give it away for free. And the reason why I know this, because I did it. I'm going to be very transparent with you. I was that business owner who gave my smarts out for free because I didn't know how to put a price on it. I didn't know I could put a price on it. And that is why, if you're a business owner, you need to know this. Do you know that you should put a price on your least performing asset, which is your intellectual capital? Did you know that your intellectual capital could be monetized? Many business owners don't even know it. And the reason why I know this is because if you're a business owner and you are billing for your time based on what it is that you do, or how about this? You're one of those business owners who's always saying you work really hard for your customers and clients. Customers and clients, let me share something with you, do not care about how hard you work for them. They really don't, because working hard has no value, because they feel like there's someone out there who is more hungrier, who will work just as hard and get paid less. But let me tell you what your customers and clients do care about. They care about a solution. They care about you helping them with a problem that they have. And if you can help them eliminate that problem or get rid of that problem and provide a solution, and that's part of your intellectual capital, you could put a price on it. And that is why I said it's your least performing asset. Because too many business owners are harping on what it is that they do and not what it is that they know. This is a very good point right here. Are you exchanging time for money? I kind of touched on this in the last slide, but are you that business owner who is always talking about how hard you work and how you're going to bill for your time? Let me share something with you. I do not bill for my time. I bill for the value that I bring to the time that is allowed. I bill my services based on the problem that the customer is having. And I know that there's a value to it because in turn, I know what the solution is going to be for them. I know the emotional relief that they will get if the solution is provided to them. And you should look at your business the same way. That is why an info product is so easy to help you with that, because there's only 24 hours in a day. Along with that, there are people all over the country, not even the country, all over the world. When it's day here in the US, it's night in another part of the world. When you have an info product, there is somebody searching online 24 hours of the day, trying to get rid of a particular problem, looking for a solution for their problem. Your business has that solution, but unfortunately, you are asleep. Or, like I said earlier, you know your time is valuable and you are not going to just have conversations with anyone and everyone just because. But you do have an info product. You have an info product that you can provide to that person who is searching when it's night where you're at and day where they're at, to help them get rid of the problem that they're having. So are you getting the idea of why you want to capitalize on what it is that you know? Why you need to tap into figuring out how you can package and provide to the marketplace what it is that you know? Aren't you interested in figuring out how you no longer have to exchange time for money? If you answered any of these questions that I've just asked you with an honest answer, and you are looking for something new, then this information that I'm going to share with you this summer is really going to blow your socks off. It's going to transform and change how you view your business, how you view your relationship with money in your business, and how you can literally get clients on autopilot. So let me continue. Now, I kind of touched on this before. Ways to monetize your intellectual property. There is no one way to create an info product. It depends on what it is you do. It can be an audio. I don't have it on here, but it can be an audio. It could be a physical book. It could be an ebook. It could be photography. It could be music. I mean, it could be like I said, it can be a teleseminar. It can be a regular seminar. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit on how you can monetize what it is that you want, which is an info product. Now, is there to say that one is better than the other? Hey, there are some schools of thought who say a physical book, something that somebody can touch and feel, is more valuable than an ebook. I am not here to prove that a physical book is worth less or not worth as much as an ebook. What I am here to really acknowledge is that you need to have some type of info product in place. Because at the end of the day, the end user on the other end of the computer who is out searching for what it is that they want will make the decision. They will decide if they want it in a physical form or if they want it in a ebook form. They will decide if they want a downloadable MP3 or if they want a hard CD sent to them. So don't get caught up in how am I going to do it? What should I provide? What do my customers want? My point is that after the summer is over, you will have already created some idea or have been working on, because the best way for you to maximize what I'm providing to you in this course is to do the work as I'm providing it to you. Begin to think, like I talked about earlier, what in your business people are willing to pay for. What is something that people are always asking about? Well, let me give you an example of myself. When I was working as a tax advisor and financial advisor, the one area that I always got questions about was credit. How to rebuild your credit, how to improve your credit score, how to get rid of debt collectors. So for me, it was a no-brainer for me to say, this is what I need to provide to the marketplace. Because this is what I want to share with you. When you are putting this info product together, this is not something that you need to be doing research on. If you are doing research on what info product to put together, then you know what, that's not for you. That's not your expertise. That is something that you're seeing someone else do and you're thinking, oh, that's a great thing to put together. No, look at what it is that you know how to do, that you are known for, or at least that you have expertise in. So it takes no time to put it together. Because I'm going to tell you, for example, a book. A book can be put together with, if you have the resources in place, and I teach that, the systems and resources to be put in place, you can literally put a book together in 24 hours. Literally. A person who is saying it's taking them over a certain amount of time to write a book does not have the process in place, or it's the type of book that may need research. And I'm not talking about that type of book. We're not talking about War and Peace. We're not talking about the Root Saga. We are talking about what it is that you know. That you, if you're on this webinar, you are a business professional. I am talking about your untapped potential. I am talking about your smarts. What in your business do you know how to do? If you're a bookkeeper, how to put your books, how retail business owners can manage their books online. If you're an attorney, how to deal with the courts if you have child support problems. You know, so it's all based on your expertise. That is what you're that is what you're going to determine on how you're going to put this together. It's based on your expertise. It's not based on what someone else is doing. It's not based on, oh, I got to do research. It's based on what is that you know. Because remember, we're tapping into your smarts. Now this, like I said, why do you want to create it? I mean, I pretty much already highlighted that during this whole webinar. I told you what are the advantages of you creating an info product. Now, the disadvantages, I did not put a slide together to really talk about it, but I pretty much tell you, if the disadvantages of you not having an info product in your business, one, you only have one leg of business. And that one leg is what it is that you do for clients. That's your disadvantage. The second disadvantage that you have is that you limit your scalability for your business. What do I mean? You don't have other ways for people to do business with you. People like an assortment. They like to decide on what's best for them. They don't want a one way to just do things. And the info product gives them that it gives them that choice. Do they want to do business with you one-on-one? Do they want to, maybe they're do-it-yourself type of person and they want to read it and digest it and put it together themselves. So having an info product allows you to have a scalable business because people can work with you different ways. That's the second disadvantage. The third disadvantage is that you are not capitalizing on the information on the information age. We're in the information age. People, whether you like it or not, are looking for someone to give them the information. So it's either going to be you or it's going to be someone else, because you're best to believe someone is providing the information. Gone are the days where people feel like, oh, it's a secret. The only way it's a secret if you're dealing with a group of people who do not use the internet to find out information, or they're not willing to open a book. But at the end of the day, there are no secrets. But just to highlight some of the points that I have on this slide, why do you want to create an info product? Like I said, it separates yourself from the competition. If you are a bookkeeper, how many other bookkeepers that you know have a book? I can tell you right now, when I was in the tax, providing tax and financial advising services, none of my colleagues had books. None of them. None of them. So do not limit yourself thinking that what it is that you do is saturated. It is not saturated, because let me tell you this, at the end of the day, you were born unique. Your experience is your experience. How you present it to people is how you're going to do it. Now, am I the only one to talk about info products? Of course not. There's tons of people who are talking about them. But this is what I know. I speak from a place of my experience and my expertise. I have put info products together in the past. I have sold info products. I have learned to capitalize on what it is that I know. And I have enough confidence to know that someone else needs to know this. And then once again, you raise your value in the marketplace. Because going back to the example that I said earlier about the accountant, one's charging $200, one's charging $75. 9 times out of 10, if you have a potential client and they know that you have a book, that already heightens their awareness. And you better know that too as a business owner. You should not be lowballing what it is that you do if you have a book in place, and bigger than that, especially if the book has gained any type of notoriety. Our next slide is, how do info products make your business recession proof? And I kind of touched on this already, but like I said, someone is always buying. We're in the information age. Consumers are everywhere, especially if you're on the internet. There are no boundaries. Everyone in this day and age, if you're a business owner, you should have a website. You should have some type of online presence. That online presence should include a way for people to get a taste and a sample of what it is that you do. One, there's an abundance of supplies and resources to provide to consumers, and you need to be one of those providing it. I've already touched on that. Sure, it may be other people who have what it is that you want, but at the end of the day, the end user will decide if you are the person they want to work with. There's nothing that you can do to control that. There's nothing. There's no need of you trying to change your hair like a particular person, or do, or work like, a particular person. At the end of the day, the consumer will decide. I do not try to make no apologies on who I am, because this is what I know for certain. At the end of the day, the end user will decide on if they want to do business with me. If not, I know that there are billions of people on the internet who are interested, and they're willing and they're ready. Another reason why you want to be the info product is because if you've provided a solution for that particular person who bought your info product, you now become the go-to person. They're always looking for you to provide more solutions for their problems, especially if it's for a problem in that same particular area of expertise. Using myself for example, like I said, I wrote a book helping consumers deal with debt collectors. Now, of course, they're going to come to me for other areas that I can help with them with. How to increase their credit score, how to rebuild their credit, how to use personal credit to get business credit. The list goes on and on and on. You become the go-to person. And bigger than that, what I love about info products is passive income. There's no cap. You make money in your sleep, because remember when I said when it's night where you're at, it's day somewhere else. And at the end of the day, somebody is always seeking and searching online on a daily basis. I get people who are buying my products, or they're either opting into my email list to learn more about what it is that I have and what it is that I do and how I can help them. And what I love is that I love Amazon when they send me those emails and they say they're about to deposit money. This is automatic money. So that is how your business becomes recession proof, because see, you're no longer dealing with what is currently happening in the world. Right now in the U.S., we've had particular cities in the U.S. that have gone through major transformations due to the political climate, due to what may have happened to certain individuals. And if you are a brick and mortar, you possibly could have gotten affected by that. But the good thing about having a business that has a presence on the internet where you're providing something to the person, you wouldn't be affected by the calamities of what's going on in the U.S. You wouldn't get affected by any of the storms in Houston. In the U.S., they just went through major flooding. There were riots going on, and in Missouri, early part of this year, there were riots going on in Baltimore. I mean, the list goes on and on. But the good thing is, you're not affected by that. So even if you have a brick and mortar, you better have something else. Because I can tell you, when I had my tax practice, I had a physical place of business I had to go to. If I wanted to do business with a particular person, client, everything was in that physical office. Now I don't have those restrictions. I can make Starbucks my office. And I can make sure I get paid by Starbucks, and I can make sure, not paid by Starbucks, so I can make sure I'm getting paid while I'm in Starbucks. I can be making sure that my services are still being provided while I'm in Starbucks, and I can even make sure that my info products are selling while I'm in Starbucks. I am not limited or bound to just being at one place. So that is how you create a recession-proof business. So there you have it. I mean, we're pretty much done for this week's portion of Capitalize on What You Know. Like I said, this is going to be a summer series. I'm doing 2 in June, 2 in July, 2 in August. As I'm doing these, you should be working on putting something together for your business. Do not leave your business in limbo. Now is not the time. Capitalize on this information age. Do not live in a place of scarcity, thinking someone else is doing what it is that you do. So once again, this is Lorelia. To learn more about what it is that I do, go to leverage/results.com. Again, that's www.leverage-results.com. And if you want to learn more about me, you go to that website. So once again, this is Lorelia. I look forward to talking to you in next week's class, and let's get it done. Okay, so talk to you later.